We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. As we take a look here at David Lee, guys, what do you think?
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now he's become one of the better passing forwards in the NBA. I just like what he does because he can figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. If you double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Knicks. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
All of their recent games have been high-energy, high-quality effort. I mean, they've been playing with a lot of emotion, but they've channeled it in the right way, and they're still playing with a lot of discipline as well.
Yeah, I think it's great to watch, Clark, because it really is a tough balance to achieve. You got to play with high energy, but you have to be in control. And they found that balance. But it's so much fun to watch when a team plays so hard and plays so well together like they've been doing.
So for New York, their last game, a win against the Heat at the American Airlines Arena.
And Kevin, in that game, we saw a lot of sloppy play from the opposing offense. They coughed the ball up way too often.
Yeah, and that did make things really easy, guys. Nice to get a win if you're on that side of it and not to have to work too hard for it.
The shot is off, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Always a little tougher to see how you match up with teams in the opposite conference. You just don't see them very often.
So it's the Knicks now. Outside, Felton. Stoudemire outside. Smith drives in. Now Chandler inside. Back at 6. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Steve talking about the lack of games and reps between these two teams. There's a lot of history between them, and this is their first chance this season to create some, I guess, with one more meeting later on coming up.
You know, that's what we get when it's East versus West, Kevin, but it certainly hasn't detracted from the atmosphere in here. I think, if anything, it's added a little something to it.
I agree. And here is Felton after the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Smith with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. Nice shot by Felton.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on the low block. I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Now, here's Curry. 14 points from him the last game against Chicago.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Back to Lee. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, you know, you look at David Lee. He's more of a skilled finesse player, but he plays with a great motor. Very intense and aggressive in his style. Always in motion, gets to the boards, offensively and defensively. And, you know, that combination of skill, hustle, and motor make him an all-star.
That one is off. And Clark, when you talk about the skill level for David Lee, not the biggest guy at 6'9", I know you admire his game. And Steve, a great finisher at the same time with either hand.
I think that's one of his greatest assets, Kevin, his ability to score around the basket with either hand. As you mentioned, he can shoot the mid-range shot, handle the ball. They can run their offense through him at the elbows because he's such a good passer as well. Well, what you love about David Lee is he's a guy with a great combination of skill and effort. Double-double guy almost every night out. He'll give you 3 or 4 assists a game, can hit the mid-range jumper. You can run your offense through him on the elbow. Really, really good player.
Golden State's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. Curry outside, and he gets it to go. Curry's got his second bucket tonight.
How How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Steve, I give David Lee a lot of credit for swapping it out at the center position, both in New York and then Golden State. You know, Clark, I never once heard him complain.
No, he's always a team-first guy and goes out there and does what he can to help his team. But you know, he's got to be thrilled to be playing next to a legitimate center in Andrew Bogut.
Chandler's shot, good.
Getting his hands dirty right away by doing some battling on the board.
Golden State's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Curry outside. Another 3 for Golden State.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Passes it to Bogut. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Bogut's got his first basket of the night.
See the way he times his passes so well? That was a great assist.
And Doris Burke spoke with Mike Woodson. Doris?
He told me he's a fan of Andre Iguodala, especially the way he's developed his outside shot. He said that was one weakness. He could do everything else, pass, handle, and finish. And boy, what a defender. But now that he's developed that jump shot, there are really no weaknesses in his game. Guys, that makes it awfully tough to deal with a guy who can impact the game in that many ways. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. The Warriors making a switch here. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Bogut. Spates comes in for David Lee. Barnes is checked in for Klay Thompson. And Tony Douglas is subbed in for Steph Curry.
That's how to make your mark on the board, with an emphatic finish.
Oh, Clark, he was savage on that second opportunity.
Yeah, those are the types of possessions that are really demoralizing for a defense, guys. Almost surprised that he had that much room to work with.
Smith drives in. That drops. Smith's got his first points in this one.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double team. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Shumpert dishes to Bargnani and stolen by Spates. Barnes kicks to it.
Oh, ridiculous move. Tore it down that time. Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. No good from Bargnani. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. O'Neal passes to Iguodala. Three-pointer. The shot's good from Douglas. Douglas has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Knicks trail by 4. There's 37 seconds left in the first quarter. He got right to the cup using that screen.
They are having their way in the paint right now. So many looks right at the rim.
Defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's helped them get the ball in close time after time, Steve.
For New York, they've gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Here's Shumpert. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And the slam dunk by Spates. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a
Come on.
blowout, Kevin, or even
know.
an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over this.
Well, I just,
Man.
you know what,
Oh,
Kevin? I just like that he didn't choose to just lay it up. I mean, he threw it down with force.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
And so, both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Warriors lead by 2. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Tune in this Saturday night, March 1st. The Detroit Pistons take on the Houston Rockets, live from Houston. Don't miss out. And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Warriors.
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Felton is out there with Hardaway. Then there's World Peace. And it's Anthony. And it's Stoudemire. And it's the foul down low.
His return to New York, I tell you, Raymond Felton looked to have his best season yet as a pro. He came in and made plays and filled the void left at the point guard spot for the Knicks.
And for Felton, I guess there's something in the water in New York. Steve, he's played his best basketball in the big city.
Yeah, he had a good run there several years back before he was traded to Denver as part of that Carmelo Anthony trade. And now that he's back in New York, Felton once again having a terrific impact on that team.
He feeds it to World Peace. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Looking now at some numbers for Raymond Felton. His last month of basketball has been really solid. He's putting up 18 points a night, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. The points have been coming for him at a prodigious rate. And that's exactly what they depend on, his scoring ability and his drive.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve. Someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability.
Curry is inside. Lee left side. Clock at 4. Outside for Curry. Taken away by Felton. Here's Hardaway. Great D that time from Bazemore.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Thompson from long range. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
Pass to World Peace. Back to Felton. And the layup's good off the glass. Felton's got 5 points in the quarter.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop. Well, after knocking down 3 three-pointers last quarter, he's starting to lose the range a little bit.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Warriors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And Bazemore kicks to Curry. From deep three-point range, Warriors the rebound. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Hardaway dishes to Anthony. Hardaway passes to Stoudemire. From past the arc, it's Hardaway, that time on the assist by Stoudemire. Hardaway has got 5.
Another lead change. How many of these are we going to have?
I don't know, Steve, but the momentum of this game has certainly swung like a pendulum.
Another miss by Curry.
And this has not been a quarter for him to remember.
Yeah, it sure hasn't, Steve. I mean, he's been doing his invisible man impersonation here, hasn't he? But forcing the ball inside, working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been beautiful here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
You know, guys, Carmelo Anthony last year played pretty much full time at the power forward position, and the results were excellent. I mean, he's got the strength to play inside, and when you look at what he does offensively, it creates a lot of matchup advantages for him and his team.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mark Jackson was going over with his team. Their fast break offense offense has been lacking too, and he let his players know about it. Look for them to really start pushing the basketball. The second thing he talked about was working hard to get their shooters open. He wants them looking for those gaps on the perimeter and letting it fly whenever they find them. They're not going to wait for halftime. They want those adjustments to have an impact right away. Over to you, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And when you look at Carmelo, do you think, Steve, maybe the success that LeBron had going inside and playing the forward had any influence on Melo playing inside?
I think there's no doubt, Kevin. The league has gone smaller in a lot of ways. A lot of former 3 men are now becoming 4s. The only way to do that, though, is if you have the strength to deal with bigger players, and Melo certainly has that strength.
Felton can't get it to go.
And again, if the shot selection there, defender draped all over him.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
Savage. That's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely. Those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
And so New York calls timeout. They're first. Keep a look for New York. Martin's checked in for World Peace. Shumpert comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Smith subbed in for Raymond Felton. .133 left to play in the first half. And Prigioni kicks to Martin. Chandler outside. Prigioni dishes to Shumpert. 5 on the clock. And Thompson sends it back. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Different look here for the Warriors. The Warriors have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Iguodala kicks to Bogut. Stolen. And now the Knicks on the break. And it's blocked by Barnes. Iguodala against Smith. Iguodala, the pass to Barnes. Back to Iguodala. Good on the three-point shot. Iguodala's got his second bucket of the night. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. And this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Here's Martin. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet, anyway.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's O'Neal. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The free throw off from O'Neal. Smith with it. He had a 30-point outing the last game against the Heat in Miami. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
The offense is getting right to the rim. At least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
The Knicks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Well, solid numbers for this club from the free throw line this season, shooting about 77% collectively.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
Free throw good. Shumpert. So 1 for 2 that time with the strike. Inside, here's Barnes. That's good with a Douglas assist. And the Warriors lead by 5. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. The Warriors on top, ending the third quarter on a 14-4 run. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
So, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going some way somehow. For the most part, we did pretty good. A couple of adjustments on the defensive end. Make some shots, and we'll be fine.
Mello, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thanks so much, Doris, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And it's a good one going out in New York. Glad to have you with us for our halftime show. The Golden State Warriors are ahead against New York. They've played themselves right to the bubble, sitting in 8th place in the conference standings. Stephen Curry's been tremendous in the first half. He has 11 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And a resilient Knicks team staying in it. A dramatic advantage in the paint. They're getting right in close and converting the kind of buckets they want. Tyson Chandler off to a good start. He's got 6 points and not much to complain about with his shot selection either. A nice field goal percentage in the first half. Let's start by looking at seeing what's on tap in the NBA. It'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Lakers out in Los Angeles. Both will be looking to gain ground in the division. A 7:30 Eastern tip time, and another game that's coming up, the Suns out in Phoenix will go up against the Pelicans. It's an 8:30 Eastern time for a tip-off out there. And one game also on the docket, out in Oklahoma City, it'll be the Thunder against the Grizzlies. That one tips off at 7 p.m. Eastern. And now back to New York we go as the third quarter is just about to start.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to New York City, the bright beacon of the Statue of Liberty, lighting up the harbor. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Well, threes have been falling for him at a ridiculous rate. That first half was just amazing.
And when that's the case, here in the second, I think he's just got to keep spraying and splashing.
Knicks trail by 5. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. Chandler, nice D from Bogut.
He's far too tentative in the paint, and even more so when the defender is up tight on him like that's
Well, guys, with the Knicks playing a space-the-floor, pick-and-roll offensive scheme, I mean, Tyson Chandler is a hand-in-glove fit as the high-flying finisher inside, keeping defenses honest, and then cleaning up the mess on the weak side board if shots are missed.
Good. Stoudemire's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Knicks.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Curry kicks to Bogut. Back to Curry. Lets the three fly. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Bogut dishes to Lee. And at last, they get one to fall.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Well, that's important because this game, I think, is going to be decided by who controls the paint in crunch time.
The offensive rebound. Anthony's shot is off.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And he gets it back. Takes it to Stoudemire. Curry against Smith. Back to Stoudemire. Hope they get it there. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. And the nation of intimidation right in front of us here, guys, on this overlay. Let's take a moment here for the career leaders in blocks per game, some giants of the NBA.
Well, that's what you'd expect, right? Mark Eaton, 7'4", Manute Bol, 7'7". I mean, those are specialists right there. And then you have more all-around big guys like Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson. And I'll tell you what, if you're averaging 3 blocks a game, that's tough to do.
Foul time on Bol by Golden State.
Well, he wants to get everybody on the same wavelength, that's for sure. And he may change up some things here as well.
Looks to me like he saw something that wasn't on the plan and pick now is the time to address it. I don't have a problem with that.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He wants his players to step up the pace. He told them they they should be looking to get out and run every chance they get. He also went on to say that he wants to see Buffalo on the perimeter and plays being run with their outside shooters open. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And he gets it to go. Curry's got the lead up to 6 now for the Warriors.
He's really picked up where he left off in the first.
Anthony against Iguodala. Anthony kicks to Chandler. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. That's now 8 points for Tyson Chandler.
I'll tell you what, he's enjoyed a very good day shooting the ball so far. He can bring them right back into this.
Curry can't get it to go.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Outside, Felton. Wide open. Lee gets the rebound. Lee's got his 7th rebound here tonight. It's Curry outside. There's the bucket. Good. Curry's got 20.
The defense sagged off, and, he did not hesitate to rise up and bury that three. The Warriors chose to wait till the final year of Curry's rookie deal to extend his contract, but it turned out to be a bargain. Coming off an injury, there were a lot of concerns about Curry, but he turned into a superstar, particularly in the playoffs, and now the Warriors have him locked up for 4 years.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kev. Mike Woodson had some words for his team over that last break. He was dialing in their defensive approach for the task in guarding against Curry. He's given them nothing but problems, and Coach was all over his guys, imploring them to up the aggressiveness and attack him defensively. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And the Curry contract, Clark, eye-opening. 4 years, $44 million.
Yeah, to us it may be a little odd in terms of hearing those numbers combined with the word garden. But you better believe the way he's playing and helping to lead this team, it's a good investment for Golden State.
And if their last 5 makes, all have been from long range.
Yeah, and the defense has not done a good job of pressing in and demanding. They're hanging back, playing on their heels. They're not being the aggressors here. The offense is taking advantage of it.
Deep. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And he banks in the layup. Smith's got 10 points.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
It's Curry outside, and he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 11.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? It looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played. There's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
The Warriors have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Takes a 3. Gets rebounded by New York. Anthony's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Curry pulls it down.
Looks like he's lost his focus a little bit. Not playing well in this quarter.
Parries the long-range jumper. Curry's got 32 points in the game.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
This quarter has brought out the best in each other. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Thompson outside. Outside for Curry. Puts it up. They get it back. Lee passes to Curry. And the foul called on Kenyon Martin. Knocks it loose. Dives for it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. He gets it up, and he drains the three. But let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And to me, it looks pretty clear on the instant replay, guys. The ball was out of his hands in time. I mean, they need to get this one right. It's a big situation here.
Yeah, I can't see how they come to any other conclusion, Clark. The camera gives us a good look at it. There's a tick or two left on the clock.
And they're going to count it. They're overturning the original call after looking at the replay.
Good to see them get that one right. That's exactly why we have this rule in place. And I like it. Each basket is so important in these games that you just got to make sure you get it right at the end of the quarter.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors ahead, up by 12. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
Tune in Friday, March 1st. The New Orleans Pelicans take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Live from Staples Center. Be there.
And here now is our State Farm assist to the game, and Steve coming earlier on a three-pointer.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good passes tonight, some on the interior. This one on the outside, setting up his teammate perfectly for that three-point look.
Here is Douglas. World Peace is out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Hardaway. Then it's Bargnani. And it's Udrih in at the one. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
They double team Curry. The dish to O'Neal. Back to Curry. 6 on the shot clock. A long distance three is buried. Curry's got 35 in the game.
Well, we all know that Curry is a tremendous shooter, just like his father. Quick release, pinpoint accuracy, deep range. But what I like about Curry is his passing ability. He's such a good playmaker and tremendous court vision.
And the thing I like, Steve, is Steph's not just a spot-up shooter. He can create his own shot off the dribble. And he makes tough shots on the move.
They double team Curry. Another three for Golden State.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Stoudemire dishes to Hardaway. Beyond the arc. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Right back at you. You immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading punches, that's how you answer.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, this Warriors ownership group has really energized the franchise. They've been very proactive. They purchased the D-League team from Dakota, plans to move them to Santa Cruz, about an hour south of Oakland. And in order to accommodate the team's owners, they built a new 3,000-seat arena in a matter of months.
Now let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thank you, Kevin. Mark Jackson had some words for his team over that break. He said to them, the lead we've got now is nice, but I want to make it even nicer. This is when we put the hammer down. It doesn't look like he's ready to back off just yet, guys.
And the Santa Cruz Warriors, as they've been renamed, have been a hit. You know, Clark leading the D-League in revenue, making the D-League finals last season.
And you know, with all of the D-League games now broadcast on YouTube, the exposure of the players in the D-League is better than ever. And for the Warriors to have their D-League affiliates so close by, gives them a much better opportunity to develop their young
double-team Curry. Feeds to Barnes. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by New York. Chandler's got his 4th rebound in this one. Stoudemire with a screen on Green. Smith, no luck.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. So the defenders have to make sure they tag it.
And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Barnes. Barnes has got 3 assists in the game. The Knicks have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the 4th quarter on a roll. Felton kicks to Smith. And again, it's New York. Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
No, this is the last thing you ever want to see at a game.
You know, at this point, we can just knock on wood, say a prayer, and wish him the best. Yeah, he's got to try to keep that thing loose as best he can. I expect the other team to test his mobility right away by going at him.
Amon Shumpert's checked in for the Knicks. Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. And it's Shumpert penetrating. Count that one.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
It's Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got 47 points.
They have got to get a hand in his face. I mean, he's unconscious from out there.
Now, here's Felton. He dishes it to Stoudemire. It's stolen by Green. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And another 3 for Golden State.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Felton against Curry. Upside Felton. And it's good. Curry with it. Upside Curry. From down in the low post, it goes. Curry's got 52 points.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe he's at number 1. They're ahead.
Outside Felton. Pass to Stoudemire. Here's Anthony. And again, it's New York.
Now, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve.
Warriors leading by 14. And it's time for an injury report. Now for an update on J.R. Smith's injury, let's go to Doris Berkeley.
Guys, I had a moment to catch up with the Knicks head athletic trainer. Not what we wanted to hear, guys. It sounds like it's a very serious injury. This injury could be a huge blow to a team with title hopes this season if he were to miss significant time. Kev, hoping for the best on the sideline here.
All right, Doris. Really appreciate you finding out how he's doing.
Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope he's back out on the court soon.
Rehabbing is a tough process, Steve, and with any luck for him, it'll be a short one.
And here are the Knicks now. They trail by 16. Stoudemire, the pass to Chandler. Outside Anthony. Back to Chandler.
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now.
He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I'm with you, Clark. That's a crowd pleaser if I've ever seen one. Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for O'Neal. Lee comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Iguodala in for Barnes. New York's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Amon Shumpert. And for the Warriors, they're shooting so well, 63% the offense working as one cohesive unit. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
And he can't hit the second. New York, they're working against the clock now. He kicks to Felton. This is to Carmelo. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And clearly no question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Warriors.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
And looking at the arc of the season, this is the first of 2 meetings on the year, so this will be a solid win to go up 1-0 in the season series against the Knicks.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Curry. He was doing everything right. The points seemed to come in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Well, this is how you completely rattle an opponent's rhythm.
Yeah, such terrific on-the-ball defense to trigger the transition opportunity.
And it wasn't just the tough D, it was the exclamation point they put on the fast break with the slam.
Thompson outside. And the 3 off target. New York's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Belton attacking, and the shot is good.
Boy, that was impressive, Buck. He did not hesitate to take the ball right up against the bigger defender.
Boy, I like that aggressive mindset there, Steve.
Clark, and they can just let the clock run out here.
No argument with that W.
Anthony against Iguodala. The pass to Curry. So we see the Warriors get the win here. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, thank you. I'm with Klay Thompson. As a unit, the team seemed to have a cohesive approach out there. How important was the lift you got from the bench?
Just do it as a team. It's not an individual effort. We're a real deep team this year. We got a lot of guys who start on some good teams, so just get it collectively.
Thank you, Klay. We so appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, that about concludes our broadcast tonight. For Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching as we leave you with our Jordan Player of the Game, Steph Curry.